guess the last thing I'll bring up is Switch 2 got announced.
Yeah, that price.
Damn.
What's the price?
I'm a broke bitch.
$470.
$470 for a handheld device?
So essentially, together, it's
It's $450, and then
taxes.
then with the bundle with Mario Kart World is $500. Obviously, with tax, it's gonna come to like I don't know.
The games are now $80 each.
$80
Each. And now they don't even give physical copies. It's technically
What?
a physical key
Yeah.
to the digital.
Physical product key,
It's-
essentially.
What do
Yep.
you mean a key? Like a memory card kind of thing?
So
Not even.
well, one calling it a
Keyblade?
calling it a handheld is wicked because you know it does both. It's called a Switch. It does do both. I only play my Switch on the screen. I don't play it handheld ever.
I play it only handheld pretty
Yeah,
much.
I can't. It's just
I don't really like it handheld.
It doesn't. It gives me. I almost get like carpal tunnel trying to hold it. It's just not, and it's too small of a screen.
Do you play with a Pro Controller?
I have a Pro Controller.
Yeah, that's
and I
the way
have
to do it.
I prefer this. Yeah, so
what?
half
So
the
it's
battery
not-
life. Makes sense.
Sick.
It's much more powerful, right? Bigger screen is doing way more. They finally added voice chat.
They added voice
Well,
chat,
after all
all
these
that kinds
years,
of online for Mario Kart, but the
feel you-
Joy Cons are
I
$90.
kind of liked it not being with other people. The Switch was always like a.
ISO'd.
You
ISO,
agree?
Yeah.
You agree?
The only place I would say that it was like together game was like Animal Crossing, together with other people.
I didn't even do it with other people.
Really?
The only thing I did is I would like sketchily go on like eBay or like weird like Reddit forums and like go on
Sell
people's
your
island and get their
turnips.
bells and
Yeah.
stuff. But other than that, I didn't really play with other people.
I exclusively
it was my
during-
COVID game, and I just would do it by myself.
See, no, that was COVID game, and that's like where my friends came together because we were like, okay, we can't have a real birthday party for Luke, so let's go
that's
and have a
really
birthday party
cute.
together.
I saw like weddings and stuff.
yeah,
They were
yeah,
it was
that's-
really cute.
That's pretty much how
We
it
don't have
was.
cute friends. Kimmy has cute friends.
Aw.
Cosplay community.
It is cute.
But I mean, I was saying because when you were streaming, you guys were talking about the price, and I'm the realist here. I look at everything in not a ISO like this. $80 is not expensive for a video game. And one, if you're going to call 80 expensive, call 60 expensive.
It is.
It is. Yeah. No one
I've
said it
been
wasn't.
calling it expensive.
So when we're saying it's expensive, are you saying it's just expensive for your funds that you have, or you're saying it should cost less?
It should cost less.
Why?
Because it shouldn't be eternally growing this much. Like it just makes it exclusive for an upper class. Like why? So you're saying poor people can't play video games now? Like that sucks.
Okay. And how much did a Nintendo 64 game? Remember when I brought it up? How much do you think Nintendo 64 games cost in 1999 retail, not adjusted for inflation, just off the bat?
I don't know, Corey. What is it?
50?
No, I just want you to guess.
50?
$60 to $70,
I was close.
right? That's 1999. A Nintendo 64 cartridge is $60, $70. And how much is a game right now to buy for a PS5 and an Xbox?
65, 70?
$60 to $70, right? Adjust that $60 from back in the day to inflation now, and that is $117.
Okay, but that's not how all the games were back then. That might have been just a Nintendo 64, but so many other games were so much cheaper.
Nope, not cartridges. Cartridges were expensive to make, so that was the price of them. Disc-based CD games, $30. That's the PlayStation 1 games. But then when we got to the PS2, they were $50. Right? So
what about DS games and all of those kinds
DS
of games?
games were $45.
No, they were not. We go to Toys R Us and they were like $25 at most.
Girl, by the time the DS was a thing, Toys R Us was going out of style.
No, but like while it was still popping, like all those Game Boy Advance, all that
we're talking about
stuff.
super small games that were $40. We're talking about now games. Now games are way bigger. They take way more time to make. They look way better. They're more like I get why you're upset. I'm not saying like you should be happy about the price. I'm just saying like
Dad's yelling at us.
it should cost $117 if you want to go based off like what it cost back then. The price hasn't changed.
I will
It's
say
been the same.
it's a lot easier for them to produce games now than it was.
It
back then.
is.
So,
It's
like,
way easier. It doesn't have to be
ha-
that bad.
Ethically, I'm not sure it's being produced always the most ethical way with all the way we get materials, but technically
But
easier to
it took
produce
less
games.
time though back then, and there were less things going on.
But it was also harder to make.
They have. I want to say it's harder to make now
big.
because we're talking about a bigger game, and they just have more people working on it. Whereas like before, they had smaller teams making a much. We're talking about they were making something that was 64 bits, megabytes, and now a game is almost 30 to 100 gigabytes. I'm not saying you got to be happy about the price thing. I'm just saying on paper, adjusted for inflation, a 64 game would have been $117 now. So we are lucky it's not that. Like, I would be tight if it was that, but it could be way worse. They still operating at a loss.
It could be
still
way
bad.
better.
It could be way better.
I don't.
I've never known Nintendo to be the type of company to like make cheap things.
That's true.
They don't even put their stuff on sale, right?
Yeah, first party games never go on sale because they're like, why will we? Or the games don't lose value because you can still go back and play it. And we're not talking about like a Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 4, Assassin's Creed 5, or like
Which
a
the new Assassin's Creed's coming out
or
soon.
Call of Duty being pumped out every year and things like that.
Yeah.
It sucks. I hate it for everybody. You know, the state of the economy, everything sucks right now. Tariff this, tariff that, tariff this, tariff that.
That's gonna hit in a couple days.
But let's look at it wide scope. Thank God it ain't $120.
Well, from the way that it's looking like it's gonna head there in a couple years. So